Friendship is one of the most powerful forces in our lives. It shapes who we are, influences the choices we make, and colors our happiest and hardest days. From childhood to adulthood, the friends we make become the family we choose, standing by us through every chapter of our story. It's not just a want, it's a need. Human beings are wired for connection, and friendship fills a space in our hearts that nothing else can. When life gets tough, it's often a friend's presence that helps us find hope and strength to keep going. Think about the moments that have truly shaped you. Chances are, a friend was right there beside you. Whether it was a time of joy or a moment of pain, friends are the ones who witness our growth and remind us of who we are. These connections remind us we're not alone in our struggles or our celebrations. They offer a sense of belonging, a safe space to be vulnerable, and a reminder that we matter to someone else. Unlike family, we choose our friends with intention, building bonds through shared experiences and vulnerability. Every inside joke, every late-night talk, and every adventure strengthens the ties that hold us together. True friendship nourishes our souls, offering laughter that heals and support that lifts us up. It's in these moments that we find comfort, joy, and the courage to face whatever comes our way. But real belonging doesn't require us to change who we are. It asks us to be who we are. The best friendships celebrate our quirks, our dreams, and even our flaws. The most meaningful friendships are forged in authenticity and mutual respect. When we show up honestly, we invite others to do the same, creating a space where trust can grow. This means showing up as our true selves, imperfections and all, and allowing our friends to do the same. Vulnerability is the bridge that deepens our connections and makes us feel truly seen. So as we explore friendship, ask yourself, do your connections foster your growth, or do they drain you? Are you surrounded by people who encourage you to be your best self, or do you feel diminished in their presence? The answer often lies in one of the most courageous practices we can learn: setting boundaries. Healthy friendships respect our limits and honor our needs, allowing both people to thrive. Boundaries are the foundation of all healthy connection. They help us protect our energy, communicate our values, and ensure that our friendships remain sources of joy, support, and genuine connection. Boundaries aren't walls, they're guidelines for what's okay and what's not okay. They're not meant to shut people out or keep us isolated. Instead, boundaries help us create healthy spaces in our relationships, where everyone feels respected and valued. They're like invisible lines that help us define what we're comfortable with and what we're not. They're the lines we draw to show others how we want to be treated. Boundaries let people know what's important to us, and they help us communicate our needs clearly. When we set boundaries, we're not just protecting ourselves, we're also giving others a roadmap for how to connect with us in a healthy way. Think of them as a gate. You decide who comes in and how they behave in your space. You have the power to open the gate wide for those who respect you, or to close it when you need time for yourself. Boundaries are flexible, and they can change as your needs and relationships evolve. Boundaries are born from self-respect and self-worth. When we value ourselves, we naturally want to protect our energy and emotional well-being. Setting boundaries is a way of saying, I matter and my feelings are important. They're not selfish, they're self-care. Taking care of your own needs isn't about ignoring others. It's about making sure you have the energy and space to show up for the people you love. Without boundaries, we risk feeling resentful and emotionally exhausted. When we say yes to everything, we end up stretched too thin, and that can lead to burnout or frustration. Boundaries help us avoid these feelings by making sure we're not giving more than we can handle. Boundaries aren't about controlling others. They're about communicating our needs and what we'll do if those needs aren't respected. It's about being honest with ourselves and others, and having the courage to speak up when something doesn't feel right. For example, instead of saying, you can't yell at me, you say, if you continue to yell, I'll need to walk away. This shifts the focus from trying to control someone else's behavior to taking responsibility for your own actions and well-being. The focus is on your own actions and well-being. When you set boundaries, you're choosing how you want to respond, rather than reacting out of anger or hurt. This helps you stay grounded and true to yourself. When we're clear on our boundaries, we show up in relationships with more generosity and compassion. We're able to give freely because we know we're not sacrificing our own needs in the process. We're not operating from depletion or resentment. We're giving from a full cup. Healthy boundaries allow us to recharge, so we can be present and supportive for the people who matter most. Understanding boundaries is the first step to stronger, more meaningful connections. When everyone knows where they stand, trust and respect can grow. It's how we honor ourselves and those we care about. By setting and respecting boundaries, we create relationships that are built on mutual understanding, kindness, and real connection. In friendship, boundaries are essential. They keep relationships healthy and balanced. Without them, even loving friendships can become draining or toxic. We can't expect friends to read our minds. Clear is kind, unclear is unkind. Boundaries protect our emotional energy, like managing a bank account. Too many withdrawals leave us depleted. They foster mutual respect. When you set a boundary, you teach others to respect you. For example, if jokes at your expense hurt, say, "I need you to stop." Boundaries prevent resentment, the silent killer of relationships. Every time we say yes when we mean no, resentment grows. Setting boundaries is like pulling weeds before they choke the friendship. It keeps the soil healthy for love to grow. Boundaries aren't about shutting people out. They're about keeping relationships strong. They allow us to give and receive support without losing ourselves. That's the heart of lasting friendship. Let's see boundaries in action. A healthy boundary is clear and respectful, like saying, "I'm not comfortable lending my car," instead of making excuses or saying yes out of guilt. Unhealthy boundaries are fuzzy or non-existent, saying yes when you want to say no or feeling resentful after. Healthy emotional boundaries mean supporting a friend without taking on their problems. For example, "I'm here to listen, but maybe a therapist could help too." Unhealthy boundaries look like enmeshment, feeling responsible for your friend's happiness or letting them treat you like an on-call therapist. This creates codependency, where neither person can stand on their own. Healthy boundaries let us support each other without losing ourselves. They keep friendships balanced and sustainable. That's how we stand side by side, not tangled together. Setting a boundary can feel scary, but it's an act of courage. It's about honoring your needs while still caring for the relationship. Many people worry that setting boundaries will push others away, but in reality, it's a way to build trust and mutual respect. The goal is to be clear and kind, not harsh. You can be firm and loving at the same time. When you approach boundaries with empathy, you show that you value both yourself and the other person. Start by getting clear on what you need, then choose a calm moment to talk. Take a few minutes to reflect on your feelings and what's really important to you. This helps you communicate with confidence and avoid misunderstandings. Affirm the friendship. Our friendship means a lot to me, so I want to talk about something important. Letting them know you care sets a positive tone and helps them feel safe. Use I statements. "I feel hurt when I have to wait a long time." This keeps the focus on your experience, not on blaming the other person. "I need us to meet at the agreed time." Being specific about your needs makes it easier for the other person to understand and respect your boundary. Be direct and honest about how their actions impact you. Avoid sugarcoating or minimizing your feelings. Your honesty is a gift to the relationship. State the consequence if the boundary isn't respected. "If you're more than 15 minutes late, I'll have to leave and we can reschedule." Consequences aren't about punishment, but about protecting your own well-being. A boundary without a consequence is just a suggestion. Following through shows you mean what you say and helps others take your needs seriously. It takes courage to say it and integrity to follow through. Remember, it's okay to feel nervous. What matters is that you're being true to yourself. Remember, you're protecting the friendship, not attacking it. Healthy boundaries are a sign of respect for both people involved. Boundaries make relationships stronger, not weaker. They create space for honesty, trust, and deeper connection. Be simple, be direct, and be honest. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to set boundaries with kindness and confidence. That's how boundaries become real and respected, and how your relationships can truly thrive. When you set a new boundary, expect some resistance. Your friend might be surprised, confused, or even hurt. The key is to stay calm and hold your ground with kindness. Don't apologize for having needs. Your well-being matters. If your friend gets defensive, calmly repeat your boundary. "I understand you see it differently, but for me it's hurtful." The boundary still stands. If guilt is used against you, anchor yourself in your self-worth. "I'm sorry this is upsetting, but I need to do this for my well-being." If a friend repeatedly ignores your boundary, it's a sign of disrespect. Follow through on your consequence. Leave the situation or create distance if needed. It's painful, but it's a powerful act of self-respect. You're teaching others how to treat you. Boundaries aren't up for negotiation when it comes to your well-being. Sometimes protecting yourself means letting go. That's how we honor ourselves and our friendships. Respect is non-negotiable. Without boundaries, we're left exposed and depleted. Our well-being suffers first. Stress, anxiety, and burnout follow. Resentment builds, poisoning the friendship. We might show up physically, but emotionally, we've checked out. The relationship becomes one-sided. One gives, the other takes. Authenticity disappears, and both people stop growing. Eventually, the friendship crumbles, either in conflict or by fading away. The tragedy? In trying to keep the peace, we lose the friendship we wanted to save. Boundaries could have protected and strengthened that connection. Sometimes, the bravest thing we can say is, "This is what I need." Here's the beautiful truth. Boundaries don't push people away. They bring us closer. With clear boundaries, we give from a place of genuine desire, not obligation. Our yes becomes more meaningful. Knowing our limits lets us be present and joyful with friends. We trust ourselves to speak up, creating safety and freedom in the friendship. Boundaries build trust. When we're honest about our needs, we show integrity. Our friends learn to trust us, and we trust them to care for us. This mutual trust is the glue of lasting friendship. Setting boundaries invites our friends to do the same. The friendship becomes a space for both people to show up as their full, authentic selves. It's not about merging. It's about walking side by side, honoring each other's individuality. That's the heart of true connection. Mastering boundaries is one of the most loving things we can do for ourselves and our friendships. It's not about building walls. It's about building self-respect and deeper connection. It takes courage, practice, and a commitment to authenticity. The path isn't always smooth, but each act of courage strengthens our self-trust. We move from resentment to generosity, from depletion to wholehearted connection. Imagine friendships where both people feel safe, seen, and respected. This is possible when we embrace boundaries. Boundaries make friendships sustainable and resilient. So be brave, get clear on what you need, speak your truth with kindness, and hold your ground with compassion. Setting boundaries is the work of building stronger, healthier friendships. It's how we choose to belong to ourselves first, so we can show up for others fully. This is the secret to transforming our connections and our lives. This is the path to true belonging.
Trust me. Everything's